Hey YouTube, Nogorn here. This is going to be a tutorial on my ice machine that I've posted a video on. Some of you guys have been asking for a review. I asked if you wanted one, you said yes. So, here it is. This is what it looks like, and let's get started. Alright, to get started with this, we're going to pillar up 14 blocks. And go over 12. Now that we have that done, we can simply get rid of this. Not needed anymore. We're going to cover this in sticky pistons. Come up a few blocks and extend that all the way. And we are going to put regular pistons here. Alright. One block here. Two out here, two out, like this. And now that we have that done, we can throw the redstone for the top part. So both of these get redstone. Repeater here, redstone, and a torch. Now, we're going to lay down where the ice is going to be collected from right here. And the water source blocks are going to be here. Out this way one, and off to the side one. So when the block from here to here is removed, it still has water. I'm going to take this ice out and replace it with water. The water will fill in new source blocks. Alright, let's get this area sealed in. We're going to use obsidian right here, because if you leave the machine running and you don't have a melter installed on it, then it can screw up the source blocks and push ice blocks straight out, and it'll get bad. Alright, what we're going to do now is just remove these ice blocks. Grab some water. I'll do this. Fill that in. And cover up our source blocks. There we go. Now, this is one of the reasons I like this design so much, is because this alone, how it is, functions. And let me just demonstrate that. Ice will freeze over here. And this harvests it. More ice freezes over. Harvest. And there you go. That's just gonna make the big wall of it down there. And that is the tutorial for the first part of the ice generator itself. Alright guys, now that we got the generator sitting over there, we're going to work on this part right here. We're going to start off by building a piston wall with torches to extend them and retract them. And once we have all those done, we're going to make torches go up to power all of them, and a simple timer, and that's really all there is to this. So let's get started on that. Alright guys, we're back over at the ice generator, and I have 3 rows of ice here just to make this a little easier. And as you can see, the way I build it over there is with a gap right here. So that way, instead of having 11 layers of ice and having to add a whole nother layer of torches just for one row, when most of the time they power 2 rows, just doesn't seem necessary. Plus it's a nice round number like 10. So what we're going to start is, after this gap, we are going to come out 2, well 3, like so, with a 2 gap in between. We're going to do our first row here, We're going to do a total of 5 rows. We're going to skip, do another row, skip, one more, well, several more, skip that one, skip that one, and we're going to fill these 2 in. Alrighty guys, I've gone ahead, finished placing those last 2 rows, and I've put torches on the blocks, every single block, and put redstone on the top. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use some regular pistons, and we're simply, not like that, going to place one on every torch. And what that's going to let us do is, I'll come up here and show you, it's going to let us move the ice out, make room for new ice. So, I'll finish placing those pistons, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, now that we have all those pistons placed, we can work on the timing of it. Simply pulsar and powering all these rows, and the way I've gone about doing that is coming out to here, building up like so, knock out the blocks in between, and we're starting on this row, 1 block out and 1 block in. And you'll see why in a second. I'm going to go up to torches, and the way I've decided on powering this is every other one we do this, simply 1 redstone out, and then for each row in between we put it on the side of the powered torch and up 1. Side of the power torch, up 1. Now you can see why we moved in 1, so this is flush with the side. And there we go, we have all the rows powered. Now all that's left to do is to simply build the timing for it, which I did like so. We have redstone here. We have our repeaters. I have them all on a full tick. Full 4 ticks. Redstone up top. And the torch. Yep, that's working good. So, whoa. That's the only thing. It causes a little bit of lag when it fires, which is a good thing that it's staggered. It'll also just be a lot all at once. Put a switch right there, turn it off and on, or more likely right there. And let's not do that and lag out the game. There we go. All better. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to get the timing of this done. We want to sync this up with this so that way it doesn't try to push ice down while these pistons are extended. And we'll start doing that now. Alright guys, the way we're going to get the signal from these rows of redstone up to this row right here is going to be placing a block like this, a torch, moving up 1, placing another block with a torch, placing another block, moving these over, and placing a repeater. And there we go. It's done. Let's test it out. We want to make sure that the top pistons only fire while the pistons are in. And as you can see, that's the case. There's not much of a worry. There's a pretty big margin of timing with the space we have. And every time an ice block is generated, it'll push it down. And they all get pushed out. It fills out the top layer, the very most top layer first, then the next, and so far, and keeps going until the block is completely extended all the way out. One big giant block of ice. Yep. Okay. That's it for this part. Now I'm gonna let this generate out and I'll get started on the ice melter for those of you who think you might be leaving this running for a long period of time where the ice will fill out and you won't be able to turn it off when it's done. Alright guys, get right back to you on that. Alright guys, that's it. That's our ice machine, and just real quick I'm going to go over the use for an ice melter down there. Now, let's just turn this guy on for a sec. Now this is already full of ice. So, as you can see, I'm going to place some blocks of ice. Let's see. Nope, still room for them. The ice melter is doing its job. I don't know if I can outrun it. Yep, there we go. Okay, those blocks right there, there's no room for them because we just outdid the ice melter. So if another block spawns in like that, well, it's generating. Or if one ice block generates there while it's doing that, when they come back, it'll just push it back in and ruin the source block, and that's not good. So I just have a basic ice melter here. I just have some glowstone right there to melt the blocks underneath. And this isn't perfect either. If you leave this running for a few hours after it's already full, there will be 1 or 2 blocks there you'll have to break out. So there's different ways to make an ice melter. I just wanted to show you the importance of it. If you want to leave this running and you're not going to be around to turn it off when it's full. Although I don't really see it as a big deal because you get so much ice, you can just turn the machine off, and next time you want more ice, you can just come up here and do that. But that's just me. One other thing I wanted to point out, I was missing a row of pistons earlier. Keep in mind there's 10 levels here. I started on this level because of the torches and went up from there, and I forgot the one underneath. Just keep that in mind. And of course you can decorate it, make it look pretty, make it look however you want, and just have wood that says ice on the side and stairs going up. And that's it. Super simple, easy to build in survival. Thanks for watching guys. Have a great day.